Wake up. If you're still moving like a man who needs to be chosen, you've already lost. You can hold your seed for 30, 60, 90 days, but if your behavior still screams desperation, you're leaking power in ways you don't even realize. Semen retention is not just about discipline in private, it's about dominance in presence. And dominance doesn't mean aggression, it means control. Control over your emotions, control over your reactions, control over your need for validation. If you don't respect yourself, she won't. It's that simple. Women read energy faster than you think. They can sense insecurity in your tone, in your posture, and how fast you reply, and how quickly you compliment. And once they sense weakness, the dynamic shifts. You start chasing, she starts testing. You start overgiving, she starts pulling back. And before you know it, you're drained, emotionally, mentally, sometimes financially, wondering what went wrong. So let's break this down clearly. These aren't manipulation tactics. These are self-respect principles. When applied correctly, they naturally shift the balance of power in your favor. First, stop over-complimenting her looks. This is where most men sabotage themselves immediately. The moment they see a beautiful woman, they lose composure. You're so gorgeous. You're perfect. You're the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. She's heard it all before, from dozens of men. Compliments about beauty are the cheapest currency in the dating world. When you flood her with admiration, you communicate scarcity. You communicate that she's above you, that you're impressed too easily, that you don't interact with attractive women often. High-value men don't react, they observe. This doesn't mean you never compliment, it means you do it with intention. Compliment her mindset, compliment her ambition, compliment how she handled a situation. When she earns your praise instead of automatically receiving it, your words carry weight. Silence is powerful. Mystery is powerful. When you don't immediately validate her appearance, she begins to wonder why. That curiosity works in your favor. I've seen it too many times. The guy who constantly buys gifts, sends long emotional messages, and praises her non-stop ends up confused and friend-zoned. Meanwhile, the guy who stays focused on his gym routine, his business, his purpose, and gives attention in small, controlled doses becomes the one she chases. Why? Because attention that is scarce feels valuable.
Second, stop rushing commitment. When you push for labels too early, you're communicating fear. Fear that she'll leave, fear that you'll lose her, fear that you can't attract someone else. That energy kills attraction. A grounded man doesn't rush exclusivity. He enjoys the process. He lets things unfold naturally. He doesn't need constant reassurance. When you avoid pressuring her into commitment, you signal that you have a life outside of her, that you're not clinging, that you're choosing, not begging. Ironically, when you don't chase commitment, she often becomes the one who brings it up, because now she feels the uncertainty. She feels that you're not locked in, and humans value what they might lose. Third, eliminate the need for her validation. This is the biggest trap. Many men operate from approval-seeking behavior. They change opinions to match hers. They agree with everything she says. They try to impress her with achievements. They perform instead of being. The moment you seek validation, you put her in a superior position. She becomes the judge of your worth. And once she feels that power, the dynamic tilts. Your validation must come from within, from your discipline, from your consistency in the gym, from your financial growth, from your spiritual alignment, from your ability to control your urges. When you are proud of who you are without external applause, you radiate stability. And stability is rare. Most men are emotionally reactive. One delayed reply ruins their mood. One dry text triggers insecurity. That's not dominance, that's emotional dependency. When you stop seeking her approval, she begins seeking yours. That's the shift. Fourth, show that you have options, but do it subtly.
You don't need to brag, you don't need to flirt aggressively in front of her, but you should never behave like she's the only woman in existence. When you're socially calibrated, well-dressed, in shape, and confident in your body language, you automatically signal abundance. You look like a man who could attract others. That alone changes how she perceives you. Take care of your appearance, not for her, for you. Dress sharp, smell clean, maintain strong posture, speak clearly and slowly. Eye contact steady, not nervous. These details matter more than long speeches ever will. When she sees other women noticing you, even casually, it triggers competition instinct. It reminds her that keeping your attention requires effort, and effort must go both ways. Which brings me to the fifth point: lead. Too many men sit back and let the woman control the direction of everything. Where to go, when to meet, what to do. Leadership doesn't mean domination, it means decisiveness. Suggest plans confidently, set boundaries calmly. If something doesn't align with your standards, say it without anger. When you lead your life, others naturally fall into position. A high-value man has structure, he has goals, he has routines. He doesn't drop everything because a woman texts him. His mission comes first, always. And here's the deeper truth. This isn't about crushing her ego, it's about mastering yours. When you are emotionally disciplined, physically sharp, mentally focused, and spiritually aligned, you don't need tactics. Your presence does the work. You become unpredictable because you are not controlled by impulses. You become attractive because you are not chasing attraction. Semen retention amplifies this. When you conserve your energy, your eyes are clearer, your voice deeper, your movements calmer. But if you combine retention with neediness, you cancel out the power. The discipline must reflect in your behavior. Stop being impressed so easily. Stop over-investing too early. Stop texting paragraphs when she sends one line. Stop seeking reassurance. Stop negotiating your standards just to keep someone around. You are not here to be selected. You are here to select. The right woman will respect strength, not arrogance, not toxicity, strength, emotional control, purpose-driven focus, self-respect. And once you embody that, everything shifts. You no longer feel anxious waiting for replies. You no longer feel the urge to prove yourself. You no longer feel threatened by competition because you understand your value isn't decided by one person's opinion. Real dominance is internal. It's the ability to stay grounded when tested. It's the ability to walk away if disrespected. It's the ability to remain calm when others try to provoke you. When you move like that, you don't destroy her ego, you elevate your own position. And the moment you truly internalize this, dating becomes simple. Interactions become lighter. You stop chasing outcomes and start enjoying the process. You stop performing and start being. Remember this, power is not loud. It's steady, it's controlled, it's disciplined. The power has always been in your hands. The only question is whether you're ready to stop giving it away.